Hello, my dear fellows. Here I'm again talk about the climate blackmail. This is my definition, because I really think that it's kind of a blackmail where the establishment is threatening the population in change of taxation, more money, more funds. This is enabled by some political organizations combined with some scientists, of course, benefiting from this scam or hoax. They are getting enormous funds, millions, and even not over $1 billion, as we know, throughout this hoax. It's really profitable because in both ways it's quite hard to demonstrate the reality and the truth, because it's when we talk about the climate is something we say in order to define climate we need at least 20 years, a 20-year cycle, in order to be sure that we have a well-established climatic situation. Climate is not, of course, that's the difference between weather and climate. Weather is something which is like changing, and it's one day it's colder, one day it's hotter. During spring, it's a bit, of course, it's in the middle between the cold warm period, so on. So this is actual weather. Climate is something when we know exactly in some area we have a kind of tropical climate or whatever, and we can establish that the climate in that area has an average record of temperatures, and in order to establish that and sell that, for sure we need at least, this is kind of a general recommendation of the scientific world, 20 years more or less at least to define a certain climatic uh, situation, as I mentioned before. That's why the climate blackmailers are using usually shorter periods in order to elude the scheme. They are now threatening like in 12 years our civilization will end. It's really jeopardized by the rise and increase of the levels of carbon dioxide, which is also another inaccuracy, because carbon dioxide is really necessary to our planet. Planet Earth, or not the planet, I'm talking about the life for our planet, is really beneficial from the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a vital element for the plants. We know that basically the plants they breathe in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. We are breathing and consuming more oxygen compared to the plants. The algae, for example, especially the microalgae in the oceans, are absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. Many people are not aware of the fact that microalgae are actually a major source of oxygen, 5 times all the green areas and forests we have on above the level, I mean, on our planet. So the sources in effect of oxygen on our planet are quite well established, and we really need carbon dioxide. Think about it. We as human beings are classified as carbon-based creatures on a scientific level, because we on a molecular level in our body is basically structurally composed by carbon atoms. So that's also something that might also suggest that carbon is with carbon atoms, and so carbon dioxide might be really profitable and favorable towards life on our planet. So the plant we're talking now about plants, they need carbon dioxide, but many of the animal kingdoms are actually they need plant in order to live. So in the nutritional chain on our planet, carbon dioxide plays a really major role. Also planktons are absorbing planktons also are absorbing carbon dioxide. Planktons, we know, are also a base for life. Microalgae as well are. So the whole our whole life is based on carbon dioxide. If we had a really severe reduction of carbon dioxide on our planet, then life might really end. That's for truth. Of course, on the opposite, I'm not denying that too high increase of carbon dioxide might also be, of course, really dangerous and could threat and jeopardize life on our planet. But in order to reach those levels, we had to at least decuplicate the actual level. We should reach really higher level than our current levels. The carbon dioxide right now is not at all, despite what we hear like from a mainstream, what the mainstream is peddling. Carbon dioxide is maybe even at some lowest level in the known geological history. So this is also another false information. Carbon dioxide, by the way, is not a major cause for the rise of the temperatures. Besides, water vapor is a major cause to the rise of temperatures. So this is water vapors is something, it's totally out of control, the levels of water vapors on our planet. This is something everybody can easily understand. Other aspects concerning carbon dioxide, as I told, that we got like the carbon footprint is a well established science. We can get back in various geological eras throughout geology, analyzing the soil, many rocks. We can understand and track the historical record back to thousands of years about the levels of carbon dioxide or concentration of carbon dioxide we had in the previous areas on our planet. And according to those records, right now we are experiencing a quite low carbon dioxide concentration in the air. So that's another lie, and this is also not so good, because that might mean also that we could have a decrease of life on our planet.